Welcome to this week's episode of Crypto City. We are moving right along. I can't believe that last week was episode 110. It have been so many episodes that we have had on here with just amazing content. And a lot of this season, we are focused on community, and we're focused on people who are contributing to the community, bringing people into the community, and people who have actually really shown growth within the community. We started out with Anadi, and we talked about her career and music that she's starting out and really flourishing in here. We've had Tink on talking about of Tink and what she's doing to help people within the community. And this is definitely a season full of, very personal growth for a lot of people. Tonight, we are going to have Jen Smash on to talk about what she's been doing and how she's been bringing people in. But before we bring her out here, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to my team, to Blue Moon and to Marcus and Loudfire, who's not here tonight, and Kip for all of work they do behind the scenes to make this show run smoothly. There's a lot of things that people just kind of, don't ever see, that they are working hard for me on the background to make sure that this show really flows nicely. And I'm very proud of our team. I love the things that we've accomplished, and I look forward to doing more with them. I also want to take a moment to thank our sponsors. We've got DJ Marcus, Kip VR. We've got Boss Leo and the Diamond Resilience. We've got Fuchsia and the Virtual Fitness Group. We've got Cybershay here in the audience. We've got Tink and Beauty of Tink this season. We've got Second Life Rich, who is with Lux VR and Hume AI. And we just have amazing people working with us to, support the efforts that we're putting forward. So to everyone, thank you so much. And okay, so let's get started, and I'm going to bring out Jen Smash so we can give her the stage. Jen, please join us. Hey, how are you? Welcome. Hi, how are you? I'm great. And I love your new avatar clothes, are amazing.
Yes, this is Brown Diamond, the better life. Just kidding. I'm wearing a dress, really low. Usually I don't wear low. I'm trying to look like you.
It looks amazing.
And my legs are beautiful. They got heels. Love it.
They are. You look wonderful. They did a great job suiting you up with that. Love it. But, you've been on here before, and I thought it was time for us to catch up a little bit again, because you've been doing a lot of new things within the metaverse, and I wanted to kind of throw you some props for that. So let's talk a little bit for anybody who does not know. I mean, obviously they can see your beautiful avatar and see that you have some prosthetic legs. Why don't you share a little bit about your journey in the real world that led you into VR?
Yeah, it's simple. Had a devastating happen to me. Life took a big halt, stopped just when I was on top, enjoying life, enjoying the wonderful world, and I lost my. And it was devastating, very devastating. And saw the opportunity come into the metaverse, and here I am today, reinvented myself. The VR world, metaverse itself, I'm kind of my life. It gave me new purpose, and it gave me a whole bunch of new personalities, and it's a positive. And so I'm grateful.
Absolutely. I mean, you've done so much in here, and you even started a coalition for amputees to come in here and have a place to congregate. And you've been trying to help people with headsets. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I met this person. He was an amputee in the metaverse at Killer Bee Studios. And I noticed that his conversation, there was something wrong with him. It was like a I don't know. I felt something was wrong. Something was wrong with his prosthetics that was actually causing him pain and depression. And so I was able to, even through the headset, um, advise him what he needed to do to go back to his prosthetic company, and found out that his leg shrunk, so he needed a new leg. And then he was good. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I knew that I was able to do that in the metaverse. Shoot, I could do that for the next amputees and bring them in, and that's how it started. It changed his life.
I love that. I mean, using your own personal experience to help others.
Yeah. So big shout out to Jeff Lacey, a wonderful creator in Meta Horizon Worlds.
So you've done a lot of community building and support. I mean, we know that you've been a huge supporter of Yo Afro and the Block Collective, and Sashay is all sort of. And you also help support, people who are throwing events and, doing things within the metaverse. You help with marketing. And for a long time, you were a big part of Sisters for Sisters with Tink. So tell us a little bit about what it's like, joining and supporting other people in here, and how you help grow, that community feel and help elevate other people's projects.
Well, I use what my industry, I'm an accountant for over 35 years. I've been on wonderful teams in the real world. I just want to give back. I want to give my knowledge to anyone who needs it, especially in business. I've been on some really good teams, some businesses that made millions of dollars. I know the secrets. I know what you need to do. Just ask me. I'm right here. I'll get on the phone with you. We'll talk about your business. I'll give you the right things to do. I was just on the phone today with an Adiasi on the phone with her business and her niece, just giving her tools that she needs, let her know what the requirements for the state, taxes, all that. And I feel I was blessed for all those years. I want to give back to the community. So I love doing it, man. I love business. Like, you can get me in the room. I'll talk 5 hours about taxes or something else. Yeah.
So we're going to talk a little bit about your entrepreneurial academy in a few minutes. But I want to talk about, you started this new thing, Moments in the Metaverse, and you put together, some videos where you actually went live and recorded yourself talking about different things that happen in the metaverse to try and show people, hey, this is what's going on in here. It's not just a bunch of cartoons running around. It's people who actually have businesses doing, brought people in. Tell us a little bit about this project that you have going on Instagram right now.
Well, how it started is a lot of people ask me, hey, Jen, what do you do in the metaverse? What do you do in the metaverse? What do you do in the metaverse? So I was like, I'll put a reel together on stuff that I do in the metaverse. Like, it's amazing. I mean, from talented singers, contests, shows like yours. I mean, game shows. It's wonderful. I think it's you can find your space in the metaverse. So I just wanted to show my community, especially amputees at first, what we're doing in here. Like, come on in, consider the metaverse. But then I started helping. I want people to know these wonderful things that these wonderful people are doing. These these creators, these coders. I mean, I'm in a world that it's just blowing my mind, and I want to blow your mind by, giving you a window to showcase shows and people and personalities and help. And that's what I want to do. And that makes me happy.
And then you actually started a group for like a page for people to post when they're having events. People can share that information, which we've seen a lot of in the past year between the calendar programs that are out there now, like one that Stax is running with Boss Leo, and then other people have little community groups that you can be part of so that you can post your upcoming events. And you've been doing a lot of promotion there for people to try and, help them get more audience.
Absolutely. I got a lot of friends. I got a lot of friends with names, and they're watching me, and I really want to bring them into the metaverse. So what way is to showcase these things? We had summer concerts. We have game shows. We have talk shows. I mean, I want them to see, besides me shooting a zombie, you can also come here and do some work in there, some classes and wonderful friends. I'm with a wonderful group called The Block, inspiring, Waterloom, Cybershade. I mean, I'm so blessed to be around them. And then the extension of all these teams out here, from Crypto City to Second Life Rich. I mean, it's amazing what we're doing in here. I want them to be excited. And the National Amputee Coalition actually is following my story. They are wanting me to be on the stage for their convention. So yeah, it's I can't tell you how you guys changed my life, like, for the better. I am so happy. Yeah.
No, that is wonderful. I love that for you. I'm glad you're getting recognition for the work that you're doing. I'm also, I'm someone who's heavily involved in different charitable things in the real world. So it makes me it makes my heart happy to see people being able to give back to others in need. And I love that you're taking that bull by the horns and running with it and saying, hey, you know what? Here I am. I understand your plight. I'm going to help people get in here and look at all the things you can do in here, and being able to share that both in social media as well as through the work that you're doing in here.
Thank you. That's exactly what the purpose is for. So it's doing it. It's giving life, and I want to continue. So if anybody has any events, please invite me. I'll come and definitely promote your stuff.
Love that. So now, last time you were on, we talked a lot about your entrepreneurial academy that you have for people who are wanting to learn more about business in general. So this isn't really necessarily learning about VR. This is about learning how to do business. And, I know that there are a lot of people since you started this that have joined and gone through your program. Tell us a little bit about the program itself and maybe some of the success stories that you've had in here.
Sure. I got now 12 graduates that went through the program. It's a 9-week course, and we break down how to do a business. So if you're starting a business, a lot of people make that same mistake. I got an EIN number and I'm an LLC, and that's it. And then you get these tax problems and all these problems. So I'm used to that. I've been with the artists, celebrities that I was with. I end up teaching them how to read a financial statement, how to, incorporate products or whatever. And so when I came inside the metaverse, hey, people are doing business too, but they don't have an outlet to really learn how to do it properly. And so I was like, well, I can definitely do this. And I just started teaching people. There's a couple of people in the audience that have been through the class. And Tink, I don't want you to say anything bad about it. Miss Tinkerlove, one of your guests, went through the class. Cybershade went through the class, and I helped them develop and expand their ideas and get them right by becoming a proper LLC, get to properly do your stuff. And it keeps on continuing. Like I said, Adiasi was in my class, And now she's calling me to get some more deep down information to be successful. Because, in 5 years, half of the businesses started are going to fail. And then years later, the next 10 years, at least 30%, will then close down again. So let me give you in terms. Let's say 100 businesses start. By the end of 10 years, at least 13 will still be running. All the rest will fail and close down. And it's due to just not understanding a lot of elements in business. We're not taught how to do business. Mm-hmm. And I'm here. So I'm willing to show you the successes of all my clients, all the businesses that I've been a part of. I have lots of secrets. I got lots. I've seen the failure. Let me let you know what you need to do. And I want to, help support. So that's one thing I do here. And I love doing it, Me and you, we talked about manufacturing, we talked about manufacturing accounting, and we have something in common and all the elements. That's exciting to me. So
absolutely.
Yeah. I want you guys to be successful.
It's so important. It's so important. Like you said, people go out there and they get the tax ID number and they're like, I'm good. And this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. And I'll tell you, it's funny because everybody means well. Everyone has great ideas. Everyone has aspirations to do wonderful things. They don't always realize that there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that make businesses run. Just as you have an idea doesn't make a business. There's a lot of execution that needs to happen. And I have a nonprofit, and a lot of you are familiar with it. And when I started it, I had lots of business skills, but I had no nonprofit skills. So I actually went and took a course in nonprofit management and got my certificate degree in 3 different platforms so that I would be able to run that nonprofit correctly, because I never wanted anything to go wrong with that. It was a very meaningful nonprofit for me, and I never wanted like the IRS knocking on my door. I never wanted anything crazy happening. So I wanted to make sure I did everything by the books. And so I went and I learned and I did what I needed to do. So it's important that anyone out there who's to make some money, and that's another thing, you monetize, that's great, it's wonderful. That doesn't mean you get to make free money because you're in VR. Making money is making money. The government still wants their cut. So if you hit a certain threshold, you're still liable to pay what's due to the government. So that's important that people recognize that and understand what their liabilities are, because you don't want something coming after you down the road.
That's right. And they will come. They will come. Guaranteed.
Yes.
Anybody in business, you're guaranteed to possibly be sued the longer you're in business. So, I teach those things. Let's talk about business law. Let's talk about payroll. Let's talk about taxes. Let's talk about your digital tools. Let's talk about marketing. And then I bring my professional friends in the door to then concentrate on their industry and stuff. So that's a treat too. I get to bring my friends inside and they're like, wow. They're like, okay, this is the metaverse. So yeah. It is great. I love it.
Well, that's a good segue too. You have a lot of, because of the work that you do in the real world, you have a lot of celebrity friends. And you have said, you know what? The metaverse is a place for you to come into. And let's talk a little bit about some of the people you've brought in here. Little C's was in here just recently doing some stuff and connected him with Second Life Rich. So he was able to get avatars to match him. You also, Barku from Essence Magazine came in. So tell us a little bit about how you bring this in.
Well, I just, half of the time they're seeing what I'm doing. In fact, one of my old clients just recently, Sechwa Shakur, which is Tupac's sister, she just sent me like, Jennifer, what are you doing in the metaverse? I'm like, yeah, you need to come in the metaverse. Like, they're celebrating your brother in here. There's big things. And so my clients, just see what I'm doing coming across the Instagram, and then they're like, "What are you doing?" And like, what? And so I use that opportunity. I use that opportunity to bring them in, like any way means necessary. I need you to come in here. This is definitely something that you're going to be using in the future, or whatever. An expansion of their business. You never know, and so sometimes I'm still trying to get some of my old clients in here. They just don't see it. They don't know. But when they come in here, they're like, "Oh, this is what it is," and they get excited. So Barku is definitely one to come. We are working on some of her millionaire friends and her connections. She's trying to bring them into the metaverse, and she's definitely engaging with us. I got some other people that are interested. It's all about getting them the headset and getting them in here and giving them a good experience. You want to give them good experience so they can possibly come back. So Little C's came back the second time. He was there last year. We were all in Meta Horizon Worlds that time. This year, I got him to come in here on the VR chat. And he loved that he was able to get an avatar that just looked like him. Big shout out to Second Life Rich. He's my man when it comes to any avatars. And, just connect with these wonderful people in here. And I like doing that. I'm still gonna do that. I got a couple of people that are interested. I just need to get them a headset. That's it. Yeah.
And it's funny too, because like you said, they see what's in your feed and they're like, "Hey, what is this? Tell me more. I want to know." And they come in, and yes, okay, if they're musicians, the chances of them coming in here and getting involved in some sort of concert or event is pretty high. But what it really is this is an external marketing piece that, it's not just about getting their performances. They do a performance, they can use that in their own marketing, and they can get their name out there to a lot of people. Now, if they're an established celebrity, okay, most people have heard of them. But for people who are like starting out, people who are maybe mid-level celebrities, you have this platform to hit people all over the world in an instant. Just boom, there I am. Listen to my music. If you like it, now you become a follower. And that marketing that can come from that. And the fact that all of us will, like, say you threw an event and Little C's was there, we're all sharing that event. So we're all reaching our, audience with more for that person. So the marketing end of it is huge.
Yes, it's huge. But it's also goes in the real world. I had some people that he met in the metaverse, like Brooklyn Brit, Goddess, with the big Z. They were able to meet him in the real world, and it was like family. Goddess had a good time with C's. Brooklyn Brit, he hanging out with C's. And that's a great thing. That's the IRL, connecting the IRL and the metaverse is a great thing, especially for these artists. It's different. It's different. It hits different.
Yeah, no, it is pretty amazing. And I feel like once that connection is made, it's almost like, a friendship for life. You know what I mean? Because you've met in something that is very different than it's different than running into somebody at a club and you're just like, "Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you." Blah, blah, blah. They come in here and the visitors need us to learn how to navigate, to learn how to utilize everything in here, because we're the ones who have the experience on that end. So we have that upper hand. They rely on us for the help. And then all of a sudden now there's a bond. And when they come back in, it's like your old friend. You just haven't seen them in a little bit. It's amazing.
Yeah, it blows their minds. It blows their minds. They have a good time. So whoever's bringing in any celebrity or important person, I would suggest to make sure you control their experience. They got to have a control experience to be able to consider the VR. So that's my advice. Because they're still talking about it right now. So yeah.
You want it to be an impact on that first visit. You want them to really come in and be like, this is amazing. And then stay and bring other people in too.
Yeah. But
so
the secret
talk
is
a little bit
eventually
about your
Oh, I was just telling the secret really is when VR matches up to real life money, that's when you're going to have more engagement in here. So, yeah, it's about to change. Yeah.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about what your creative vision is going forward. Like, what do you plan to do both in VR and within the crossover?
I don't know. I'm having a good time. I mean, my purpose is to really show the world what we're doing in here. I also want to reach an amputee to save a life. I want them to consider the VR to change their mindset. You could possibly run a business in here. You could run a talk show in here. You can meet up with people and just talk about your feelings. Get information. You know, information is key. I need a new wheelchair. Well, I got a whole bunch of vendors for you. Let's go. I got the vendors that may come into the VR. You know, my plan is to bring the community in here, bring the vendors in here, and reach all around the world. There's over 5 million amputees in the United States alone. And so I'm just one that's going to use this avenue to reach people. I mean, it's happening in the hospitals right now with children. They're putting on these VR headsets for their recovery. I feel we could do the same thing with, headsets on amputees' heads, So I'm just really, that's my purpose in life, is just to really give back.
That's a beautiful thought. And I love that you're making it happen.
Yeah. And then I could do your taxes too, but that's the main purpose.
That's just a fringe benefits. So anyone who wants to get in touch with you, we put up your social there, but I love seeing the growth that you've done in here. I love seeing how you've spread yourself out so far between, the different groups that are in here, the different platforms, because you were in Horizon and VR chat. And I remember when you used to come over to VR chat and you were like, I hate this. I can't move around. I don't like this. And now look at you. You're just moving through here nice and smooth. You've grown phenomenally. And I love that you just embrace everything, because you're like, you know what? If I want to do this, I need to learn it. I need to accept it. This is where everyone is. So thank you for all that you are doing to help others and to help this community grow.
Yeah, I surround myself with you smarties. So you techie heads, I try to, be surrounded there. Big shout out to Boss Leo, Cyber Shave, MetaClean. These are all I am such a fan of everybody with the tech stuff and helping me navigate as much as I can in the metaverse.
Metaverse. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, if there is anything you'd like to add that you have coming up, any events or anything that you think people need to know about right now?
Yeah, I'm cooking in the lab. I'm talking to a powerful woman who has a VR headset, and she is engaging out there. I'm trying to get her into the metaverse and do a seminar. I don't want to say anything. And then I have another celebrity that said he wants to come in. So we're working on that to bring him to the metaverse. So the more people I can bring into the metaverse, the better. I just want to, they blessed me all their lives, like put food on my table. I want to give back and do something for them.
So everybody who's not following Jen Smash, follow Jen Smash, because you're going to want to know what's coming up. And it looks like she's got the inside track. So make sure you stop following her on Instagram if you're not already. Make sure you friend her if you're not already friends with her in VR chat, because I know most of your friend base was over on Horizon for a while. So anybody who hasn't made the connection yet, make sure that you are connected to her. And I really appreciate you coming out and giving us an update on all the things that you've been doing. And we're going to keep watching because we'll have you back again maybe next season to give us a little where are they now and tell us what new stuff has been going on.
That's right. You can watch my moments in the metaverse with me, Jen Smash, and watch my journey here in the metaverse and learn about what we're doing. So thank you.
Absolutely. And next week, we're actually going to have Mr. Arroyo come back. He's been on one time before, and he was actually part of our summer event that we did as well. So he's going to come talk to us about the state of crypto and all of the changes that have been happening in the government to pass some bills so that people can come in here and, learn a little bit from him. He has a great page that he promotes on Instagram, so you can always catch up with him there as well. But definitely stop by next week and check it out. And thank you all for coming here tonight. Appreciate you spending your Monday night with us. And I will see you next week. Thank you. Thanks.
Bye. So much fun.
We're good. Thank you.
I can take off my heels now. My feet hurt. My feet.